Hello, this is Bob Joyner. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about chat rooms for live trading and talk to you about 10 distinctions between those chat rooms. And the reason I'm doing this is because I've been leading a day trading chat room for over 12 years now for the morning session, and recently started an afternoon chat room for just trading SPY options as day trades. The reason for this video is to show you some distinctions between various chat rooms, because a lot of people don't realize they see what's marketed heavily or what comes up on the top of the Google search, whatever, and they don't realize that there are a lot of distinctions and varieties between chat room leaders, and also between what the focus is on those chat rooms. So this video, I'm going to try to cover those 10 distinctions, and then at the end of the video I'll tell you where my morning chat room lies in respect to all those 10 distinctions. So I'm not saying that mine is necessarily the best one for you. I don't know that, of course, because I don't know you and your situation, but I think it's important that you see what the differences are, and so that you can experiment with the ones that fit you best. One of the things about day trading within the context of a chat room that's specifically designed for day trading stocks or options is that there's a lot to juggle. If you're a trader, then you've got all these different things that you've got to analyze and think about as you take trades and make trades, and that's not very easy to do. So for those day traders who are trying to jump over this chasm and overcome all these things that have to be overcome, and juggle all these different balls in the pursuit of making a profit as a day trader, people find out that going to a day trading chat room can help them bridge that gap. It takes away some of the responsibility for finding the trade setups, for finding the strategy, for knowing when to enter and exit the trade, that sort of thing. So within that context, these are the distinctions that I have found between different chat rooms. Now, before I get too deep into the discussion, I have two personal live trading options for you, and I'll put links for these both in the description box below the video, and I'm not going to get into each one of those programs here. I'm just telling you that I speak from a little bit of experience. I've been leading a day trading chat room every day for about 12 years now. I'll talk to you as somebody who has led chat rooms and has looked at other people's chat rooms. 10 distinctions among various chat rooms. It doesn't mean that mine's the best. I don't know which one's the best for you, okay? Because I don't know you, I don't know your situation, I don't know how much time you have on your hands, I don't know how much equity you have to invest. All those things are criteria that I can't judge for you. What I can do, though, is talk to you about 10 different distinctions I've seen between chat rooms, and then you can decide where you fall. Okay, and I'll tell you at the end of the 10 distinctions where my chat room falls. It doesn't mean it's the better one for you, though. Okay, so 10 distinctions. One big area of distinction is price, volume, and volatility. For example, some people are going to go for large cap stocks. They're going to look at the Teslas, and they're going to be day trading Tesla stocks. Other people are going to be looking at penny stocks, trying to find those pre-market and early market runners that are very, very cheap and that are hugely volatile and also high risk, to be honest with you. And then somewhere in the mid ranges, you have the stocks that are mostly between 10 and 75 bucks that have good volatility and good volume. The time frame. Some people will be looking at weekly, daily charts. Others will be looking at 1 minute or even tick charts, and then some are going to be looking somewhere in the middle for day trading charts. Number of participants. There are some chat rooms out there that have just unlimited memberships, 1,000 or more people, watching the screen of somebody else trading live. And then some are going to be more limited, where they limit it, let's say, to less than 100 traders allowed in the chat room because of issues related to volume and equity and all that kind of stuff. All right, so risk analysis. Some chat rooms are going to actually not post any stops at all. They're just going to trade or shoot from the hip, not going to do any risk analysis. And then some are going to be risk-based equity positioning, stops and initial targets on every trade. So those are pretty big differences there. Trade setups. Some chat room leaders are going to say, watch me, buy my course, and learn what I'm doing, but don't try to follow me. Other ones are going to say, I'm going to give you specific entry and exit guidance on each trade setup that we do so that you know what we're looking for. Context. Some chat rooms are going to be just single time frame trading. They're going to look at a 1 minute chart, look at a tick chart, whatever, and show you their screens. Other ones are going to do contextual trading where they'll use multiple layers of charts and time frames in order to try to find the best trades. Analysis and strategy. Some chat rooms go for more, best I can tell, just gut and intuition and just straight price action without any use of support and resistance, or a very limited use of support and resistance. And then some are going to be more systematic technical analysis. Number 8, learning the ropes. Some are going to tell you just take the course, develop your own strategy, and over time perhaps you'll work it out. Other ones are going to be more like immersion learning, is what I call it, and that's where you train and you trade at the same time, where you're looking at the charts, you can take the trades at the same time you're learning and becoming better over time. Number 9, number of trades. How many trades are posted each day or each morning during a certain couple of hours? 1 to 3, 3 to 5, somewhere in that range. So it's good to know that, what your opportunities are going to be. And then the atmosphere, which is a big one also. Personally, I can't stand being in a chat room where somebody's yelling and barking at me the whole time, okay, or they're over hyper, But loud, hyperactive, constant chatter is one type of atmosphere. Perhaps you like that energy. Others prefer calm, focused, where chat is available, but there's more quiet than there is noise. I have two programs. One is Stock Talk, which is my day trading chat room in the morning session. Like I said, I've been leading a day trading chat room for about 12 years now. And that focuses on the first 2 hours of the market. It focuses on day trading U.S. stocks. And then the Afternoon Spy, like I said, is a fairly new program. It focuses on the last hour and 15 minutes of the afternoon, and it's totally focused on a live trading of the SPY options. So if you're interested in either one of those, then there are introductory links in the description box below this video where you can find out more information, watch some videos and that sort of thing to learn more about my programs. But in terms of Stock Talk, the day trading chat room with me, this is where my group falls, okay? We look at mid-range prices. We're looking at $10 to $75 price stocks that have good volume, good volatility. Time frame, I look at the 10 and 2-minute charts. Now, years ago, I used to look at the 5-minute and 1-minute chart, and what I found was that people couldn't always get into the trade in time. So I've stretched that out and doubled the numbers to 10 and 2 time frames, giving traders, members, the opportunity to follow that trade, to copy that trade if they so desire. Number of participants. I will not have over 100 participants in my chat room. I do not want a chat room in which I have 1,000 people in there. Just don't want it. Risk analysis. Mine is risk-based equity positioning. If you haven't heard that phrase before, it's my way of looking at the fact that each stock and each trade has a different risk analysis based on where the stop is, based on where you would stop out because it's disqualified, that sort of thing. I do that on every single trade posted in the morning chat room. And I also post stops and initial targets on every single trade. Trade setups. I offer specific entry and exit guidance that's posted at the time of the trade, every single trade. Context. I do use contextual trading. I feel like I kind of made up the term almost, but it's where you look at the larger time frames and then you drill down to the smaller time frames to help add another layer of probability to your trading. Number 7 is analysis and strategy. I do a very systematic technical analysis. I don't chase stocks that are running up. I wait for the stock to come back to an appropriate level of risk analysis, and then I post a trade alert at that point when I see them. Learning the ropes. Mine is more immersion learning. You could come into my chat room as a newbie, as a beginning day trader, and trade right along with me as long as you know how to enter and exit trades. But you can also train, of course, at the same time that you're trading, and this gives you the ability, hopefully, to make a profit while you're also learning how to day trade. Number 9 is the number of trades. This is probably not a real big differential for most chat rooms, but it's important to be aware of it. I post 3 to 5 trade ideas every single morning in the chat room. And part of that, just a parenthesis here, part of the idea is that you may find your own trades, okay? It may not be that you follow every single trade idea that I post. It may be that you take some of my trades and you take some of your own favorites. You have atmosphere Mine is more a calm, focused chat available. As you can probably tell from this video, I don't jump up and down, I don't scream at you, I don't yell at you, okay? I do technical analysis. I give you plenty of time to see the charts setting up in front of you on the screen live so that you can decide if you want to take that trade or not. Overall, again, two live trading options. I already talked about these. The introductory links are in the description box below this video. We'd love to have you check them out, but again, I don't know which one's right for you or if either of my options are right for you. What I'm trying to do in this video is just trying to help you see some of the distinctions between chat rooms, between just having trade ideas that you gather on the street or social media or whatever, and then the very specific trade ideas and setups and technical analysis that are involved more in a chat room setting. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful for you as you distinguish, in your live trading, where you're going to get assistance from, where you're going to bridge that gap so that you can become a more successful trader, which is what I hope you become. All right, thanks.